I think going out to Washington, D.C. was a great experience, and I really enjoyed getting the opportunity to go again. So, thank you, Priya, and thank you, SCC. I also enjoyed just being able to connect with other BSU members and just getting to know them a little bit better outside of school. Um, what I enjoyed about the trip was just being able to go again and view the historical sites such as the MLK Memorial and just being able to see a statue again and reading all of the quotes. Also going to the Lincoln Memorial. Also touring the Capitol was pretty cool and learning how it got built and established and all of that. I also thought it was pretty cool that they had museums dedicated to different cultural backgrounds. I really enjoyed the African American one. They had some pretty cool stuff in there.
I wanted to take a minute to reflect on my opportunity to go to the on the trip with the Spokane Community College Black Student Union last weekend to Washington, D.C. And it was awesome. I'm very grateful to have been given such an opportunity to do so. And it was something that I have been thinking about a lot for the last week. And it was a really exciting opportunity to see history and to be just encapsulated in so much culture in such a short amount of time. And I'm excited for people to be able to go in the future. It was really cool. And I think that's all the more I gotta say. Take it easy.
Oh, hi, my name is Nelly Ahadi, and I'm the Vice President of BSU, and I enjoyed the trip so much that I got to know a lot of people, and we went to visit. One of my favorite parts of the trip was that I was able to see Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. It was the most incredible experience that I was able to see it because it was my first time seeing it, and I just once I showed my mom that photo and that I went there, she was so excited and happy. And then the other part that I liked too, it was I was able to talk to each member of BSU, and we talked as friends and we got to know each other personally. I really like that, and I like that we're all together. And I love going to the African American Museum because I learned a lot of things that were different, and like the history that I learned in papers, I was able to go in person and see it in a different light, and it was so different in person that I was able to see like the past, like what happened, and see the materials that they used that I saw in the book and the pictures when I was learning history. But in person it was a great experience because I was able to like see it in person and be able to experience it for me and see point of view that I can, instead of the other way people see it when they learn history. So I really liked everything, and I'm happy that we got to go, and I really think that everybody, like every BSU, should get this opportunity to do it every year so that they can see like what is incredible, to see the where they came from and learn the history, because this for me was a great experience.
Hi everyone, my name is Nathan. So some of the takeaways I got from the trip to DC was mostly looking at history through a different perspective. Normally we tend to look at history towards the basic book perspective of what's written in books, and normally who writes the books, not really who went through the suffering of history. So it was really interesting for me to see them from the perspective of natives, of African Americans, of what they've been through, what they had to deal with, and what they had to do to surpass that and reach to a point that nowadays is not perfect, but we're hopefully going in the right direction. I really like also obviously sharing the moment with BSU, with the group, such lovely people, make new friends I didn't knew before, so it was a really cool experience. And also a good different takeaway I got, it was going towards the neighborhood and seeing how different it is from Spokane, at least the city I'm living right now, and how it reminded me of home. Such a diverse place, such a livid place with colors, people, and I don't know. I found kind of embrace sometimes. Sometimes I feel a little scared because people said it was a dangerous place, but then in the end, I thought it was a lovely city, and the experience of visiting the capital and then the monuments, Martin Luther King Monument, Washington Monument, and Abraham Lincoln Monument as well. It was just overwhelming with I don't know. For me, it was overwhelming. It was amazing, every single point of it. And again, the most satisfying one was going to the African American Museum and seeing all that history there, all the information laid into in front of your eyes. Sometimes you didn't even believe it would happen, but overall, it was just amazing.
My biggest takeaway about the National Mall was the African American Museum and how they have different artifacts and interesting information about slavery and what happened after slavery, and also how they had pictures of different black persons who take part in music and poetry and sport back in the probably 1990s, way back. That was pretty cool. And also getting to see the White House in person, that was also cool.
Hi, my name is Rin, and I'm here to talk about my personal takeaway from the Washington, D.C. trip. First off is the Capitol building. It was really cool getting to see that now they're trying to diversify it. So instead of it just being old statues of like our previous old white presidents, now we have Rosa Parks in there, so that was pretty dope. It was really cool getting to see the Martin Luther King Monument, the National Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, like all that was really cool. Also really gorgeous like locations too, by the way. Howard University was super dope. It was cool being able to experience like an actual legit like HBCU instead of just like hearing about it on TV or just like seeing articles. Definitely hits different. Getting to see BLM Plaza was pretty dope, especially since like I think it was like a little ways up the street was the White House, so we got to see that too. And I forgot it was Memorial Day weekend, so I was a little surprised at how packed it was, but I mean, wasn't too much of a big deal. Ben's Chili Bowl was pretty great. There's some really good food there. We also got to go to this restaurant called, I think it was called Meet Me Next Door, but it was attached to Ben's Chili Bowl, so we got to have food there too, and that was pretty cool. Both spots have dope food. Please check them out if you ever visit. My favorite was definitely the African American Museum. It was just really cool getting to like experience all of the emotions that you feel when you go through and you look at each exhibit. And then it was cool getting to see like what really stuck out for me was the Afrofuturism and just like the art exhibits. I'm like a huge TV nerd, so it was cool getting to see like Black Panther and his costume, and then seeing like the art and history kind of behind Wakanda. And it was really cool seeing Wesley Snipes. Like there was an exhibit on him when he was in Blade, just stuff like that. It was really cool. We also got to see like a couple live performances of just like musicians in that building, so that was dope. And we went on a day where they were also doing this really cool STEM program for kids, so that was awesome. So yeah, I feel like this trip was really important for me as a child coming from a multiracial family, because it made me, I guess, just kind of dive a little deep into myself and actually like embrace more of myself and really connect with all of the culture that you see in DC. So I really appreciate going on this trip, and thank you for letting us do it. And so, yeah.